Hello everyone, this is your loving host and best-selling author, radio and TV personality, live from National Book Festival. And here I am in press room, and this is my press card. And I wanted to tell you that these are my two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And the first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality: New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And the second one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. And here folks, I would want to tell you that I want a movie and TV serial or documentary to be made of modern Mughal mentality. And the second book, The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, I want a movie or a web series to be made, and both were Amazon bestseller in USA, and this one hot number one release in USA, and also it was hot number one new release in USA, and it was Amazon bestseller in USA and India, The Modern Mughal Mentality, and this one was Amazon bestseller in USA, and I want a movie or a web series to be a movie or a web series to be made of this book. And Tailflix gave me a very good evaluation. Having said that, folks, now let's start the program, and it is a live program, and let's see how you like it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Library of Congress National Book Festival. I'm Sherry Werb, the director of the Library of Congress's Center for Learning. We hope you'll visit us at the Library of Congress on Capitol Hill to do research about subjects you're interested in, or to see the beautiful Jefferson Building, or to attend one of our Live at the Library events when we keep the library open until 8:30 p.m. on Thursday nights and present dynamic free events. You can be part of making free events like the National Book Festival and monthly family days possible by joining the Friends of the Library of Congress. In addition to public programs, Library Friends help extend the library's reach in so many ways, from creating new educational resources to supporting interns and fellows to increasing access to digital content. Gifts from friends allow people everywhere to benefit from the library's rich collections and programs. Consider becoming a friend. Find out more at loc.gov/friends. Now, I'm delighted to welcome you to this session celebrating our U.S. Poet Laureates, featuring 3 most recent poet laureates, Tracy K. Smith, Joy Harjo, and Ada Limon, on stage for the first time together. When I first started my work at the library, I had the chance to travel with Tracy to South Dakota as part of her signature laureate project, American Conversations, celebrating poems in rural communities. Her visit to a community center in Belle Fourche, an art center in Spearfish, South Dakota, and the public library in Sturgis, organized with the South Dakota Center for the Book, showed me how the laureate can help work towards the library's vision to connect to all Americans wherever they are. In the 7 years since, I've seen how Tracy, Joy, and Ada have expanded the position and its reach in their own ways. By creating a story map showing contemporary Native poets across a map of the country with no state boundaries, for instance, and creating a new collection in the library's American Folklife Center. Or by working with other federal agencies such as NASA and the National Park Service to write a poem for a space mission searching for signs of life, or put poems on picnic tables in some of our country's most cherished parks. My staff and I work to create inspiring experiences that connect to the library, and I can't imagine a more inspiring experience than the conversation to follow. Leading the conversation will be the Capitol's own superstar book reviewer and poetry champion, Washington Post book world critic Ron Charles. Joining them on stage will be Rob Casper, who has overseen the U.S. Poet Laureate program for the Library of Congress for almost 15 years. Before I welcome all on stage, though, I want to give you some important news. We are set to announce our new U.S. Poet Laureate soon, not today, mid-September. Unfortunately, I don't get to announce it, but it will be a great choice. And they will give their opening reading at the library's historic Coolidge Auditorium on Thursday, October 9th, as part of our Live at the Library series, so mark your calendars. Free tickets are available at loc.gov beginning on Thursday, September 18th. Our new laureate will have big shoes to fill, especially because of the 3 amazing laureates here today. Please join me in welcoming them.
Thank you very much. 3 poets laureate on the stage for the first time. We're going to have a contest to come up with a collective noun for a group of poets. Like, is it a stanza of poets? Stay tuned. Rob, we've all heard of the poet laureate, but how does one actually become poet laureate of the United States?
Well, you become Poet Laureate of the United States when you get an email from me saying, hey, I have a call or a Zoom I'd like to set up. And then suddenly you discover yourself talking to the Librarian of Congress who offers you the position. So from the perspective of our 3 poets laureate on stage, that's what happened. From the library's perspective, there's a whole process that involves nominations from over 120 nominees in different categories across the country. It's a whole weighted system, and it's an internal committee led by me that then puts forward a nomination memorandum to the librarian, and then the librarian, who by law selects the poet laureate, does her thing. So
there's not like a rhyming contest. Yeah.
No. It's pretty it's a pretty well developed process. We've been doing it this way over the last decade, and yeah, I'm really happy for how many literary experts across the country in different states help us appoint the poet laureate, or help us recommend the appointment for the librarian.
That's great. I asked each of the poets to read a poem for us, 2 poems actually, and they told us this morning that they are going to read new poems for the first time here. So, can we just go down the line and have each of you read a poem for us? It's a great way to get started.
Okay, I'm so excited. And I'm excited to read a new poem. I was talking yesterday with a group of poets laureate from across the country that it's hard to write poems while you're in such a position. And so every time I feel like I have a new poem, I am reminded that yes, I am a poet. It's a good feeling. This is an untitled poem. It's part of a sequence. I'll read another poem from this same sequence at the end of our session. The children of trees sprout up from dirt, up through pine litter, up past grass. Formed and waiting from before their birth is the seed of an idea, feasting on air, pushing ever down toward the wet heart of the earth. Emissaries of ecstasy built from stars, the children of trees are heirs of silence. But the owl breaks open with its cries. Innocence, eloquence, the science holding the world within intact. And so may it be for my children, my tall saplings, whose eyes see at once out and in, whose home is kept within the shade and the wind and the history of trees. All history is the history of trees. I see my sons in a cherry grove, luxurious in bloom, swaying, twirling in wind. My young trees, my once seedling sons, who hear and heed the voice of the blossoms. This beauty is not us, but it rises through us and is a source of joy. Joy floods me for my willing sons, who aimed their perfect souls at the earth and me on it. The children of trees are children, like the children of rabbits, humans, and doves. Their thin branches bounce when you approach. They are so eager to be met. They will play a game with your shadow. Laughter escapes their body through the tips of their leaves. It pains me to remember the summer a young cousin took an axe with a maple sapling my father grew from a seed. He must have stood there for a moment before going to find a weapon. For that little while, did the tree trust him? Is this why my sons cry easily, and why their tears seem to leak from their eyes like rain, rushing to quench, to heal the earth? Their sister sat cradled in the arms of a young bearberry tree, books and trading cards nestled in its crook. Lithe and straight-backed as a sapling, shoeless and sure-footed, my daughter taught me to stride fearless over the pachysandra despite slow
So there was a lot of interference. So let's see what I can do here. So, folks, there is lot of dyslexic thing, and I asked the organizers, and they said everybody is using free Wi-Fi, and everybody is on it. So that's the thing. So let's see if I can show you a little bit more. Otherwise, I will end this program. Okay, 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 folks. Uh, there is a lot of so I will end this, and we'll see later on.